You're sitting in the inn, a mix of pancakes with coffee and beer in front of you. You can't wait to go home seeing your family and friends again. By chance, you two are sitting near each other. Go ahead and give yourselves an introduction once again, in case people decide to start with this video.
Alright. Across the table, you see a large elephant man wearing chainmail and sporting a shield with an anvil on it. He is quite tall at a staggering 7'6", and it is a wonder that chair technology is as amazing as it is, because I appear not to be breaking chairs. Brown eyes and dark gray skin, and every now and then you see short black hairs on my more or less basically bald body.
Sitting near the elephant man is Dvorka, a rather short-looking fire genasi. Also with chainmail and a shield, rather well equipped with swords and a crossbow, and plenty of gear in her backpack. Seems to be intent on her eating and nothing else. She's got the classic yellow eyes, hair the color of flames, red skin, about 5'4", young woman. Into her food as if she's not even aware of her surroundings.
My tea glass with my trunk and lift it to my mouth and take a drink.
Pause. Perfect. So, as you continue onward, suddenly, in the middle of your meals and tea, a frantic old lady comes in. She's nicely dressed, wearing a blue dress and a feathered hat, and she's going around asking for help.
Dvorka is, at the moment, still eating and therefore ignoring her.
My large, floppy ears perk up a little bit. I set the tea down on the table with my trunk and turn to her saying, "What appears to be the problem?"
She comes over to you, and she starts, she seems very relieved that you are just willing to actually listen to her, because everyone else is just kind of ignoring her and sending her away. She grabs your arms, actually, yours for sure, and looks over briefly to Dvorka, kind of trying to gauge more or less what kind of reaction would be gotten.
Dvorka just kind of barely glances up at seeing that someone is approaching her current traveling companion, but is not overly concerned and does not really respond.
Alright, sounds good. So, the old lady grabs our, what names again? I know Dvorka and the Loxodon was...
Kal-El.
Kel... L. I need to remember that's a Superman. Okay.
It's not Kal-El,
It's
Kal-El.
close relative. Apparently Superman's people were elephant people.
Third cousin, 4 times removed.
Basically, yes. Precisely. So, she immediately grabs Kal-El's arm and then goes over, should I bring him, or her?
It may be hard to tell, but she is currently my traveling companion, yes.
Then grab her and let's go.
At that, Dvorka perks up and narrows her eyes at you, Now, what did you say just there?
Nothing. Nothing at all. Just that my traveling companion over there is a female.
That's right.
Yes. Nothing else.
Well, it doesn't matter what they are. Come, come.
I stand up, the chair feels relieved, and allow her to guide me.
Okay, so she kind of just almost drags you along out of the inn. Are you following Davorka?
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Yep. She's gonna pick up her plate and grab the cup and follow it. Put the cup on the plate and just walk out carrying her food.
Okay. The innkeeper kind of gives you a glare, and then as you start heading out with the food, and as you're getting to the door, he just kind of steps out from behind the bar and just approaches you. He's 6 feet and very muscular. Looking down. What you doing?
Getting some fresh air from men. That a problem?
Not with my plates.
They'll be back.
Don't go far.
Seems to go very far.
And he returns back to his post earlier, keeping an eye on you as you continue to leave.
Yep.
As you exit the inn, however, you do notice that there is as you step outside, you're blinded by this gold carriage, and the sun probably as well. She pushes, or tries to push, Kel-El into the carriage very quickly, and somewhat forcefully.
Athletics?
Say what?
Opposed athletics.
Okay.
18.
13. Okay.
I do not budge.
So, can you please get in?
Oh, for the love of... Would you tell us what this is about, old lady, before you drag us off to who knows where?
It's...
I haven't finished my coffee yet.
A look of realization crosses her face. It's all right. Just finish your coffee. Stop being so angry.
Are you sure that this carriage can support my bulk?
Yeah, I think so. It's
This door, I don't know if I can fit.
you should fit. My husband used to fit.
I see. I shall maneuver myself. As I get in the carriage, it sags quite a bit.
Fair enough. The suspension of the carriage is built in a way to support such weight, as it has done so before. Though it does sag, you are correct.
Lorca finishes eating real quick and is wolfing everything down, chugs the coffee, and heads back inside, clumps it on a random table next to the door, and goes back outside again.
As you return, the old lady goes into her purse and hands you a chocolate candy bar that has caramel and nuts inside.
What is mine?
It's for people who are a little bit more upset. It helps them be themselves a little more.
I see.
Thank you.
It could be poisonous.
He's already taken a bite.
No effect other than it tasting oddly like a candy bar that you might recognize today.
What is this?
It's chocolate.
Chocolate.
It's good for you.
I'll have to find some more of that. Where do you get it?
My house? There's more in my house.
Rich people food.
Well, color me interested. Let's go.
All right, jump in the carriage and we'll go.
Jumps in.
And she jumps in as well. And she's jumping in, and she's doing it very, very cautiously, kind of looking around as if somebody's watching, and getting inside, closing the door very quickly. And as you get inside, she's like, "Thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't worry, I will pay you. It's okay, I will pay you. If you want chocolate, I can pay you in chocolate too."
Actual money would be nice.
Okay, I can do actual money and chocolate.
Never had this before.
So the carriage starts going off. It starts going off relatively quickly, actually. It's just going over some bumps without much of an issue, but you still get to feel that little bumpiness. You know, at the back of a school bus, if you guys ever took the school bus, the back of the school bus was already very bumpy, just like that. And then they finally make it to her house. It's a rather nice house. It's got a lot of it seems to have many rooms. It's got windows. It looks like it's well kept. And as you go inside the house for a moment, she tells you that her name is Daniela. There seems to be water everywhere, and the furniture has been tossed and thrown around. Eventually, after she gets you settled in and comfortable, she goes out for a brief moment to check on her garden, leaving you just briefly alone in her house.
I would like to try and perceive the aroma of chocolate.
We should check the...
with my trunk.
Okay, roll a perception or investigation, your pick. Depending on how you want to do it.
Perception.
Oh my gosh.
I have never seen that.
You haven't anyway.
Double that one.
A double nat one?
Yeah.
So you rolled both?
Yeah.
And got a nat one for both. Fantastic.
Yeah.
It's mostly the smell you smell in this house is mostly the beginnings of mildew and mold.
Perhaps she needs to hire help if she can afford such delicacies as chocolate.
That better not be what we're here for. I am not spending my life cleaning some old lady's house.
Me either.
As you do look around, though, with a 1 plus whatever you got, plus whatever your perception and investigation might be, you do notice that the living room is a mess. The couches are soggy, and the coffee table is turned over, and there is a television, and it is cracked.
If it helps, I rolled an 18 perception.
Oh, very nice. You, through the thick of the mildew, you do smell touches of chocolate.
Follows the smell.
You follow smell. So passing through the living room, seems to be coming from the kitchen. And in the kitchen, there's food on the ground everywhere. It's wet, and you can tell that the tile is white, but water is staining that perfect tile.
Just discarded food all over the floor?
Yep. In fact, roll a quick dex save.
I feel like we may have walked into a trap. Should I make one as well?
Only if you're going into the kitchen.
7.
1. -1.
You rolled another 1?
Yes.
Exciting. So as you're stepping in, you both step on a fork that's just on the floor and take 1 damage.
Ow.
Wow. That was mildly inconvenient.
Do I see any chocolate around? Not on the floor.
There is some chocolate that is on the floor. It's kind of a little bit soggy and looks like the what used to be the cabinets that are also kind of dripping water also have a couple bits of chocolate in there, but the chocolate bars are also all soggy within there as well. There's also a fridge in the room, and one of the cabinets is missing a door.
Is there anything in that cabinet?
As you're searching around, you notice that's mostly just broken dishes and glasses. And the soggy chocolate bars.
I think I would like to find our hostess. She went to her garden. I will attempt to find the garden.
Yeah,
Okay.
alright.
So you head back out, being careful to avoid the forks on the floor.
Oh yeah, I'm just like dragging my feet on the floor. Probably sloshes the water around, but I kick anything that gets in front of my feet.
Okay. So you head out in the general direction of the garden, and the lady is actually in her garden doing a little bit of just checking up, making sure everything's okay.
The garden seemed to have taken any damage.
The garden itself does not seem to have taken damage.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Your house. It appears to have been flooded.
Yes, that is correct. It has been flooded, and I've been checking to make sure that my garden is okay. Hopefully, having not taken any... It doesn't seem to have taken damage from the flood. But I really could use some help finding whoever did this.
You said something about your husband being missing?
No, he died a while ago.
No,
Missing life then.
he died for sure.
Yeah, well... I'm fairly certain. Yeah, yeah. He died. We had his funeral. It took several people to lower that casket.
Okay. Well, that rules out one suspect. I only had one suspect.
But
Do you know any locals in the area?
any locals in the area? Well, there's all of my neighbors. We've got a Betty and...
Is Betty the jealous type?
Oh, no. She's very kind. She's always very kind to me. Yeah, we do have, the magic salesman that came by the other day. I bought a very interesting looking snow globe from him. It's so realistic. But there's also my other neighbors. There's Joe and there's Frankie.
Frankie.
Yes.
Frankie got you in a problem? Well,
No, other than he just likes to make sure his garden is bigger and better than mine.
yeah. Okay.
Nothing wrong with that.
You
This
got
magic
it.
salesman. When did you last see him?
When did I last see him? It was maybe 2 or 3 days ago when he came by. He's
When
always...
did you have blood?
The flood was just yesterday.
I see. Do you know in which direction he went?
Which direction he went? He's a traveler, and I think he was going door to door selling things.
And that's where you bought this snow globe?
Yes.
May we see it?
Yes, actually, it's just upstairs. Give me a moment. She leads you back inside, stepping over all the mess and sloshing through the water. Going up the stairs, it seems almost as if there's like a constant stream of water just flowing down the stairs. And up the stairs, she leads her into her bedroom.
Has this room appeared to have been flooded as well?
Yes, it's a complete mess. There's a broken vase near the entrance and flowers and petals all over the room. A few thorns are on the ground. The sheets and blankets are thrown everywhere, and 2 pillows remain on the bed, just not in the usual pillow spot. Water is soaking the carpet and is squishing in between your toes, making your feet wet. Right next to the bed is a nightstand, which seems to not have been touched at all, and on top of it is a shiny snow globe. It looks plastic, but inside... and it looks plastic.
I spend the next 10 minutes identifying it.
Casting Identify?
As a ritual. 11 minutes.
Dvorka will stand around uncomfortably in the wet. She does not like it.
Understandably. All right. Well, as you pick it up, you immediately notice, before you even start identifying, and I'll get to you the identify information for you.
Okay.
But immediately as you pick it up, you notice that there seems to be, like, the trees and all the things inside of it are moving, as if they very realistically. It's got a small keyhole on the metal part of the snow globe, and like on the metal part on the bottom, a small keyhole, and inside of the snow globe there is also animals and other creatures wandering around within the snow globe. As you continue to identify it, you do notice that, or you find that it is a place, it's a magic item, and 1 second. The purpose, identify shows that the purpose of this item is to give, to hold things within it. There's magic throughout it of various kinds. There's conjuration. There is some illusion, as well as some evocation. There's all sorts of different magic throughout this snow globe. It's a very oddly powerful device.
Okay. Okay. It also tells me how to use it.
Oh, and how to use it? Thank you. It does...
And whether any spells are affecting it.
Say what?
And whether any spells are affecting it.
Sure. So the spell... how to use it is you would insert a keyhole, or insert a key into the keyhole and turn it, and it will bring whatever is there into the snow globe. The spells, the conjuration spells, are just a form of teleportation. I believe there would be transmutation as well, so miniaturization. Illusion to make it make the image appear on the surface. as well as just evocation to kind of keep the snow falling. Not any specific spells named, but that's
Okay.
what they do.
And the nightstand, it was unaffected?
The nightstand where the snow globe was unaffected. Everything else was. You can release things from it as well, using the same key, or there are also keywords that can be used, regardless of distance.
Would Identify tell me that? The keywords?
Does that count as how to use it?
Yeah?
Then yeah. The keyword for this one would be release, but it has to be attuned. It's attuned.
Okay. Let's see. I relay this to Dvorka and say, perhaps maybe one of us should attune to it and release whatever may be trapped inside. Maybe it caused all this damage.
So, all those little animals and trees and stuff in there are real? They're just tiny right now?
I believe so.
Like, and you want to let them all out in the bedroom right here?
Of course not right here.
That sounds like what happened to get this place all wet.
My thoughts exactly. Perhaps the owner of this, prior to the current owner, made it as a trap. Perhaps we should go door to door and see if anyone else spots anything.
Maybe.
Okay. So you guys going door to door then?
Can you attune to something that someone else is already attuned to?
No.
If I take it into an extra dimensional space,
No.
no.
You gotta kill the previous owner or cast some
Higher
higher level magics or something.
Huh. I see. Did you receive a key with this snow globe?
Yes, I seem to have lost it though.
Did you use the key on it?
No.
Did you use
Well, no, not particularly. No, they gave me a key. I just never thought it would do anything. I thought it was just a snow globe. I didn't want to open it. That seemed counterintuitive to a snow globe.
Yes, I see. Have you... No, if I'm not going to tell her the command word just in case.
what?
Do you want it all to open in here?
No.
This is why I'm not telling her while it's in here.
Okay.
Actually, do you have something that I can write on?
I can look for something. Everything's a little wet. Let me go check.
Oh, that's fine. I hand you a piece of chalk.
Oh, well, I think the nightstand seems to be all right. We can try and chalk on there.
Have you said this word recently? And I write release.
The word release?
Nope. Does the snow globe react to that?
Nope.
Okay.
I guess she's not a June.
Okay. Interesting. I was thinking that perhaps you may have said it in a casual conversation and caused the snow globe to do this, I guess.
Oh. Why would somebody make a snow globe that makes everything wet?
So that you'll have to buy new things? Or hire someone to clean?
Huh.
I think we should ask that magic guy what the deal is.
Yes.
I,
And also ask people whether they bought something from him as well.
yes, I think that would be a good idea. I feel very sheepish.
Not a problem, ma'am. We will attempt to get to the bottom of this.
Oh, all right. Please let me know what you find out.
Of course. We'll head to our nearest neighbor.
Left or the right?
Left.
Okay, so left. Okay, so you leave the house and head to the left. So this is the left facing away from the house, and to the left, it's kind of like mansion-sized cul-de-sac, except for like much wider than your average cul-de-sac. It is
Of course,
enormous.
Mansion.
Yeah, so it's just an enormous. There's like kind of roads that lead up to each one. With a little bit of a round thing in the middle of all of them, but they're spread out a decent ways. It takes you a good 5 to 10 minutes to walk there, but you get up to the next mansion on the left. You walk up to the next mansion on the left.
I know.
As you knock, the knocker is large and heavy, but not too heavy to you, obviously, but just dum, dum, dum. Eventually, about 30 seconds later, to the door. The door doesn't creak open because it's well kept. The door opens up, and in the doorway is a little halfling lady who is also well dressed and with a very nice dress. She's wearing some blue, a very nice blue dress, and just kind of looks up to the two of you and, why, hello. How can I help you?
Excuse me, ma'am. We were wondering if you'd had any contact with this magic selling person.
Oh, the magic salesman? Yeah, he's weird. Way too happy. He was just going around the other day. I think Daniela bought something from him. Why do you ask?
Well, Daniela's had some problems with her purchase, I think.
Oh, that's terrible. What has happened?
Her house was flooded.
Oh my. Do you wish to come in for a minute?
Thank you, ma'am.
Your hospitality is appreciated.
She leads you inside with a quick wave of her hand, offers you a seat, questioning briefly whether you would make her seat break or not.
Understand.
And just goes back into, because everything is halfling sized in here, other than like the door and the house itself. But goes back into the kitchen for a moment, comes back with a plate of cookies for the two of you, and says, "You may both have one, and then if you could bring the rest over to Daniela for me, that'd be absolutely wonderful, fantastic."
I shall pick up one with my trunk and eat it, saying thank you.
I look for the biggest cookie and I grab it.
All right. She does her best not to gape as she sees this Loxodon just like eating with his trunk, but fails fairly. Yeah, she's not showing that she's, or she shows that she is fairly intrigued and weirded out by this odd sight. But
I notice her looking at my trunk and say, after swallowing, it is quite a useful appendage, I agree.
I don't doubt it. But you could take the rest of those cookies to Daniela. She must be having such a hard time.
Absolutely.
So, did you buy anything from that guy?
Me? Oh, goodness, no. Those salespeople that go door to door, they're just too shady. Especially when they're so happy like that.
Well,
Absolutely.
right, man. Right.
Do you know where they may have been heading?
He seemed to be just around here for now, just going around to all of our little community here.
I see.
How long ago did you see him?
About 2 or 3 days ago.
Well, he might have moved on to another neighborhood by now, then.
Possibly, I could see that, yes.
Hopefully we are able to track him down.
Yes, I hope so too.
Going around peddling cursed gear.
Yes. Is there anything I can do to help you with your search?
Well, other than the information you've already provided, I'm not entirely sure.
All right, if that's everything, then you could stay as long as you need. Just let me know if you need anything. I sure hope Daniela's all right.
She appears to be mistaken.
I'm sure she'll appreciate the cookies.
I hope so too.
Well, we don't want these cookies to get cold, so let us take those to her.
Of course.
What was the exact number of cookies?
The exact number of cookies are now 10 after the 2 have gone.
Okay.
No, thank you for your time, ma'am. We'll be on our way now.
Of course. If you need anything, please come back.
We'll let you know.
Of course.
And
We head out.
Okay, she waves you off.
I say to Davorka, how about we take one of the cookies, split in half, and say she had one as well?
Now that sounds like you want to be lying to Daniela.
That's okay with me.
Well, that's right shameful of you. I
And,
expected better of a cleric.
and
I'm taking those cookies, and you are not touching them. You're giving them all to Daniela. Poor lady had her house flooded. You want me to steal her cookies?
I was gonna unplug her house. Probably.
Sure you are.
I was going to get rid of all the water. Probably.
Probably. No, I'll keep an eye on those. Thank you. We head back to Daniela's.
Okay, and as you head back to Daniela's, you see that
I
there's.
don't attempt a sleight of trunk.
With your dexterity, yeah, you probably should.
Well, if you're gonna do it, roll it.
I'm not going to attempt a sleight of trunk.
Fair enough. Okay, no sleight of trunk. As you're heading back towards Daniela's house, you do notice that she is outside of her door, just kind of her shawl wrapped up around her, and she's talking to someone in a plumber-style outfit, who's got a nice bag with him, and is just talking with Daniela on her front doorstep.
Is the plumber wearing a red or green hat?
No, actually. Though
Okay.
he does have reddish hair.
We'll wait politely about 50 feet off or so for them to finish their conversation.
Okay. So the plumber is talking to Daniela, if you're listening at all. But not terribly quietly. Say what?
I might be.
I'm not listening at all because I'm a good, polite person. And I'm using produce flames to keep the cookies warm.
Fantastic. So anyone that might be listening, the plumber is just kind of talking about the potential repairs that might need to be made, talking about contacting a handyman, and just kind of trying to assess the damage and get a quote out for Miss Daniela. And Daniela just seems to be nodding and being, yeah, that sounds good. That sounds about right. Yeah. How quickly can you get it fixed up? And the man replies, "Oh, it would only take a few weeks, just a few weeks to finish everything up. We have a few spells up in our hands, and we can fix it up right quick." And eventually, there does come a quote, and that quote is for a good 1,200 gold to be fixing up as much damage as there is. Eventually, the old lady just kind of smiles and thanks the man, and the man turns around and starts to leave.
Well, since their conversation seems to be done, I'll walk up to her. Excuse me.
Oh, yes,
We have delivered cookies.
oh, you've made...
I hand her the plate, and they're still warm. Fresh, warm cookies.
Oh,
For
quite...
your neighbor over to the left there.
Oh, that Betty, she's always taking care of me. Well, thank you. Thank you for bringing me those cookies. Well, have you, did Betty buy anything from him?
No. She does not trust the shady businessmen.
How that is a wise idea. I should have done that before.
Yes. You may want to leave the snow globe outside, just in case.
Yeah, you would be correct. I should probably leave the snow globe outside. Give me a quick moment. I will go grab it and I'll bring it back. So she goes upstairs, grabs the snow globe. She goes upstairs to go grab the snow globe.
And she never comes back. Yes, because the snow globe obviously ate her. No. It fucks things up. Yeah. Well,
Okay.
we may as well talk on her other neighbors.
Yeah, alright.
And
the other way.
instead of waiting for her to return with the snow globe, I go to the other neighbor to the right now.
Sure.
Yep, she's just putting it outside. Doesn't need my supervision.
Nope.
And on the right, the next door neighbor, you see they have a very well kept garden. It's got the bushes are well trimmed. Some of them are in the shapes of various animals and creatures. And the older man, Frankie, is out there working on the garden quite pleasantly.
Human?
Say what?
Human, elf,
Oh,
halfling?
it's an elf.
Oh, an elf that shows his age? Oh. Cool.
Yeah, it's an old elf.
Alright, I'll head over to that. I'll head over and yell at him as I get close. Hey, you're Frankie, right?
I'm not freaky.
Frankie.
Oh, Frankie, right. Yes, I'm Frankie.
We were wondering if you'd seen this magic sales guy around.
Oh, that man. Yeah, he came by the other day and, far too happy for my tastes. I sent him on his way, the quick slammed door to the face.
Yeah. Not smart of you.
What?
Right smart of you.
What was that?
Right smart of you.
Yeah, yes, I would say so as well.
Would you perhaps know where he may have gone?
Well, I just saw him for a moment and I sent him on his way, but he's probably one of those peddling salesmen. Probably door to door.
How many days ago was that? 3?
About 2.
2? Alright. Well, sorry for... Good to hear you didn't have any problems with him then.
Oh, why'd you say that?
Your neighbor has had problems. Her house became flooded.
Her house became flooded. Did
Yes.
she buy something from one of those peddling salesmen again?
A snow globe.
He sighs, kind of one of those... Really? Sighs?
Just for the heck of it, I want to roll an insight check.
Sure.
Yeah.
10?
Genuinely genuinely concerned about her.
He is, not showing any reason for you to distrust him.
Yep. Okay.
But we are sorry to take as much time as we have. You may return to your gardening.
Of course. Well, seems her garden's unaffected. That's good to hear. Still have my rival. Alright, well... anything else? Any,
Have a good day, sir.
Okay, sounds good.
I, before turning away, take a handful of dirt and, walk away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you sleight of handing this, or...
Right in front?
No, I'm picking up a rock. It looks pretty, but I have it.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
I take the handful of dirt.
Alright, you have a handful of dirt.
I will identify this later.
Okay.
Alright.
There's a druid's that you
I
can
mean,
cast.
there is, yeah.
I think it's druid
So
craft.
what if he's cheating on his garden?
I can tell her. And then she can cheat. Anyways.
Okay.
Is there another house to the right of hers?
There's one more on the right of Frankie's.
Okay. Let us go to this house.
Sure. You approach this house. There just doesn't seem to be anyone outside at the moment. It's also well kept. It's a slightly older style than the others. It just seems like it's one of the houses that's been there a little bit longer than the rest. It kind of takes you about 10 minutes to get there. Yeah.
Okay.
Knock on the door.
Knock on the door, and to the door comes. Oh, 1 second. To the door comes a human lady, probably about mid-30s, just hair done up real tight, just very prim, proper, not too fancy, not too frilly, rather, in terms of that's not too frilly, just kind of more of a business attire. Comes up and how can I help you?
Excuse me, ma'am. We were wondering if you'd had any contact with this magic sales guy.
The magic sales guy?
He's been knocking the houses around the neighborhood lately.
I see. Yes, I did. He came to my house, and I sent him on his way after he tried to sell me, an enchanted book. I have enough of those. I don't need more.
Right now. Seems this neighborhood's mostly got smart people in it.
What do you mean, mostly?
Yeah. Daniela bought one. Not a book. Some other thing. Flooded her house.
Oh. Flooded her house? Her magic item flooded her house. That is a terrible thing.
Yes. We were wondering if you had seen him or interacted with him so that we could pinpoint his location and rectify this problem.
You say you got some magic books? Any of those let you magic location of people?
No,
Or anything?
the magic books I have are more for just endless pages. I write a lot. I'm a writer, you know?
Hmm.
Name's Joe K. Relling.
Huh?
My name's Joe K. Relling. Have you not heard of me?
No, I can't say I have.
I would remember a book that had an author with that name.
Well, that's fine. Either way, that is what he came, he tried to sell me another book, and frankly, didn't want it, don't need it. I've got enough, and I have a supplier already.
I see. Well, I thank you for your time. I believe we only have one other person to ask.
Yeah. Have a nice day, Miss Rowland.
Oh. All right, you don't need anything else.
No, we are just investigating the Magic Man.
All right, if that's all you need, then go ahead on your way.
Have a great day. With your books.
Of course. You too.
Have books. And I turn around and walk away.
Okay. And she turns around and closes the door behind you.
Is there another house on the street somewhere?
No, it's just those four.
Oh, I thought there was...
Is there another neighborhood nearby?
Not terribly close, no. Not within, like, visual distance.
Hmm.
However, at Daniela's place, there seems to be another another man coming up to her house. Who is also, this time, in kind of more of an electrical man's outfit. Like an electrical man, just kind of coming in to do the same thing. Check for damage, see how they can fix things, if there are any kinds of electrical damage.
He seems like a regular laborer, though. Definitely not a magic seller person.
He is dressed as a regular laborer, yes.
Okay. I will pay him no mind.
Okay. So, what is the plan?
Well, perhaps we can arrange for transport to the next nearest community. there might be more recent activity.
Wish I could have brought my horse, but he wastes us right away on that carriage. All this walking.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, there is the carriage that brought you here. There are horses in various areas throughout this area.
What, just random horses?
Well, horses that belong to people that are in, like, corrals and stables and stuff.
Let's go see if her carriage rider will give us a lift to the next place to look.
Okay. So you go and try and find the carriage driver once again, but can't seem to find him.
So the carriage is just unattended?
The carriage is currently unattended.
Are there horses attached to it?
There are horses attached to it.
No.
Well,
I don't take a cookie. I attempt to find.
No, let's maybe ask her first.
Yes.
Before we do Grand Theft Carriage.
Grand Theft Carriage 5. Online. Okay. So you go up to talk to her, I'm assuming then?
Yeah.
Yes.
As you're approaching her, the electrical man is turning around, wide smile on his face, as the lady who is in front of her house is just kind of looking on, just kind of giving a few thank yous. Just a thank you, as he's leaving.
He seems like a really happy guy.
He just told her the bad news, and he's gonna profit immensely off of it, I assume.
Sure.
And as he walks past you guys, he just, good morning to you.
Morning.
What good news have you heard? You look quite happy.
Oh, I'm always happy.
Are you the happy man?
Me? I'm a happy man.
I see. Well, as you were, I guess.
Okay.
Is there an investigation check to see if he's under an illusion?
Sure, go ahead and roll. 11? You cannot tell whether it's an illusion or not.
Oh. Well, let's go Dr. Daniel then.
Say what?
That's good.
Okay. I follow Dvorka up to Daniel.
So Daniela is looking a little more down than she did the last time. And she... Oh, welcome back. Did you find anything?
Not much.
Unfortunately not. He may have moved to another location to peddle his wares.
Mind if we borrow your carriage to go look somewhere else for him?
That... yes, you may. You may do that.
Alright, thank you.
Of course. Please do bring them back, though. Please do.
Well, I don't know how to drive it, so we may need to borrow your cab driver.
Let me go find him. She goes back into the house, just calling around for her cab driver. Comes back a little while later and just, I can't seem to find him. Do you know how to ride a horse singularly?
Yeah. Well, I mean, old Foxglove was teaching me anyhow.
If it is not at all that difficult, I hope we can run quickly.
Then you can use the horses if you'd like. We do have. You can use the carriage if you want to try and figure out how to ride it.
All right.
Just whatever you need.
All right. So
I guess I'll be driving then.
yeah.
That's animal handling row?
That would be animal handling, yeah.
Yay! My dump stat. 12! Yeah, that's a real good roll. 14 minus 2.
Okay, and okay, so you're able to get them going, but you can't get them going at too much faster of a pace than you would if you're just traveling at a regular horses, like a regular walk. So it's faster than you would be going walking, but it's not running.
That's fine. I don't want it to be running.
Okay?
She's not had that much experience with horses.
Okay. On your way out of town, roll a quick perception check for me. Both of you.
21.
Oh, nice.
At 20.
We both got nat 20 this time, actually.
So 25.
Wow, nice. With those rolls, you, on your way out, you notice just a little bit off in the distance, in kind of like a field area, you see that there's what looks like the electrical man who is walking through the field, passing by another man who is dressed up as, like, crossing paths and, like, going past each other. Another man who seems to be wearing, like, a carpenter's suit, some, like, woodworkers. And they exchange glances, or they exchange nods as they pass each other in the field, and continue each on their ways.
That poor lady's gonna have to spend a lot of money on that house.
Unfortunately.
Either way, as you are traveling onward, there is a fork in the road. It goes left, right, and forward.
There's a trident in the road.
It's a three-tined fork, which is a trident, I guess. Fine.
Yay.
The town we came from when she took us away, which way was that?
That way was coming from the left. So the left you're currently looking at.
Okay, so we got two choices then. Good. Left for one, right for two. Alright. Looks like we go the left, I guess it's the center one, but the left of the two ones we haven't done yet.
The lefter of the two?
Center Road.
Yeah.
Sounds good. You continue down the center road, and it curves off a little bit, and you end up in a similar-ish neighborhood. It's only got 3 houses this time. The houses seem to be about the same style, same everything, and whatever. In the middle of the cul-de-sac this time is, instead of being just plain road, it's got a nice fountain, a massive fountain in the middle of it.
I pull up to one of the houses.
Okay. You pull up to one of the houses, and I'm assuming knocking?
Yep.
Yeah.
As you knock on that door, someone on the other side, it's going to be a dwarven man comes up to this one. He just, How can I help you? Who are you today?
Hello, my name is Kal-El, and we were wondering if a traveling salesman peddling magical items has traveled through here recently.
Through here? No, not here yet. I've been hearing rumors of this traveling salesman, though. I mean, been passing through neighborhoods nearby, selling ridiculous items.
Well, spread word through the community if you can, not to buy any of his wares. It has caused quite some trouble for a woman.
Oh, really? Well,
Yeah.
that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate for her. Well,
Her whole house flooded.
her whole house. That is unheard of. No one else flooded.
No, just her. She was the only one in the community that bought a magical item.
That is terribly unfortunate. Does she have a support fund yet?
Not that I'm aware of.
Not that you're aware of, I see. Well, let me get it started. We're a philanthropic company here. So come on in for a minute. I'll get you a check written.
Oh, very. All right. Very generous of you.
Of course.
Probably needs the help.
What?
You certainly needs the help.
Of course. No way to better show the community that we care than helping those in need. He leads you inside just for a moment. He goes over to like his table. He pulls out a check from somewhere, a drawer, and writes down some numbers and everything, whatever, and then hands it to you in the end. And this is for the lady, and it's got 100 gold written on it.
Thank you very much. She will definitely appreciate it.
Of course. And do make sure they know that Steelhammer Forge has offered this.
Yes. I admire your forge. It looks cozy.
But I thought he was in a mansion, though.
Yes, this is my mansion.
Oh,
Though I'm glad you have heard of my company.
yes.
So, that being said, is there anything else I can do for you? I've got some food in the back or whatever.
I think we will be
At
fine.
this moment, there is a loud knock on the door.
If this is him, we may be able to detain him.
Oh, if it's that nasty salesman that's flooding people's houses, I expect no less of you.
Okay. So, would you mind if I answered the door?
By all means, go ahead. I haven't. Today was one of the first times I've answered my door. Glad I did. You seem to be good people.
Thank you.
So go ahead, you may answer my door for
I
me.
open the door.
You open the door, and behind it is a man carrying a large bag on his back, who the instant he sees you, his wide grin and smile just kind of lessen slightly, but only for an instant, before it's back to full force. And he looks at you just, oh, hello. Are you the owner of this house?
I am not. I answered the door.
Ah, the butler then, perfect. Will you get the owner to, get your master, please?
I will deem whether the master needs to know. What is the purpose of your knocking?
Ah, nothing more than just a little bit of, entrepreneurship. Just trying to sell a few items here.
Ah. Might they be of the magical nature?
Oh, of course, of course. He runs his fingers through his reddish hair, and
Do I recognize this hair?
a similar color to what you've seen before.
The suspicion furrows my brow. But, I say, well, by all means, wait out here, and I will fetch the master.
Oh, of course, of course, of course. I'll be right here.
I gently shut the door. Our luck seems to have turned around, Dvorak.
Looks like it.
Do you have a back door?
Oh, a back door. Of course we've got a back door. I've got a back door, a side door, a second back door. I've got an upstairs door. I've got a basement door. I've got lots of doors in my
The
house.
closest door that is not the front door.
Oh, an upstairs door? Does that go out the upstairs, like above the front door?
It doesn't go above the front door. It's on the back side, of course. There's a patio that looks out upon our vast lands.
Yes.
That goes all the way around?
No, it doesn't go all the way around. Just up there. There are some stairs to it, though.
The closest exit that is not this one.
Closest-
I would hope for you to distract him for a moment while we come around the side or the back.
We're both wearing heavy armor, disadvantage in stealth, and you want to get a surprise attack on it.
No. I will have a ruse.
Go just this way. Just this way. One moment. He leads you to the back. There's a nice, large glass window in the back room. Passing the kitchen, you can look out, and it's got this nice, gorgeous landscape on the outside. And he opens the glass. He opens the glass window with. There's a little door handle in the middle of the glass window. He turns it, opens it, and a glass door opens to the outside. Just right this way, please.
All right. We will attempt to sneak around the front.
Perfect.
As
So
long as
you
we're
said you need
distracting.
me to speak with the man. Distract
Yes.
him? Of course, of course. I will go speak with him. Just one moment. So he lets you out
Normal spell.
and turns back around.
Yeah, okay.
A 9 is my stealth.
My stuff is a 2.
You're heading out the door. Going out the door is not the problem, but as you're walking around the front, there are leaves everywhere. You notice that, and it's just kind of crunching.
Leaves, huh?
Yep, dry leaves.
Dry leaves, huh?
And
Not
twigs.
food, but we're looking then.
Say what?
Okay. Making a healing window.
Oh, yeah, Healy.
Anyway.
I walk around to the front. And does he notice me?
Does he
Does
know?
he notice the elephant in the room?
Well, let me take a look. As you're walking around the front, he's currently talking. He is currently talking to the dwarven man at the front door, and he's kind of glancing over every so often, watching you guys as you're approaching.
Alright. How close do we get to him before he starts getting uncomfortable?
How obviously are you sneaking, or trying to sneak?
Once I notice that he has seen me, I'm just gonna be calmly just walking.
Okay. As long as you're just calmly walking, it not until you get within like 40 feet is he starting to get a little nervous.
Keeping on walking.
I continue walking, and if I'm able to walk past him, like, I want to attempt to not be paying much attention, like I'm just walking around the building.
What? How are we gonna jump it?
We are. But I'm going to walk slightly past him as if I'm just walking around.
Right now we're going. What are you gonna?
Oh. Oh. Okay. When I get, how close am I able to get after he's nervous?
After he's nervous, so he's trying to act as if this is all normal, but he's keeping it close. It takes within 10 feet of him for him to be like, "Oh, what are you two doing? What are you two doing?"
Oh, I'm not actually his butler.
We're here to take you in for questioning.
Are you now?
Yes.
Well, what for? I've not done a single thing other than try and sell my wares.
Have you recently sold a snow globe?
No, I cannot say that I have.
I'm gonna insight on that.
You know he's lying.
Yes, but I want to see if he thinks he can deceive us.
Okay.
My insight would be a 25.
Okay.
How confident does he feel like he's deceiving me?
He's not backing down from his lie.
Okay.
No. If it wasn't you, you won't mind coming back around to us to the lady so she can tell us if it's the same person.
Oh, what lady are you talking about?
She had a nice mansion. Had a nice mansion. Her name was Danielle.
Huh, well, I've never been in that direction in my life.
I didn't point.
You implied a direction.
I implied somewhere that wasn't here.
I see. You are being rather persistent.
You gonna give up quietly?
Give up quietly for why?
For flooding her house.
I didn't flood her house.
I believe you have.
What? Why would I release some kind of flood in her house?
Well,
So you could profit off of her misfortune with your repair deals.
Repair deals? I am simply a merchant.
yes. You are.
And the only person who you've sold anything to is also happens to be someone who's got their house flooded.
I never said I sold anything to her.
Repairs. Your hair. It's a very familiar hue.
My hair?
Same color of these other people who've been coming up to repair her house. Seems like that those
Might
people are
be.
trying to make a lot of money there.
Emily. Anyways, you will be coming with us.
You want to do this the easy way or the hard way?
I rest my trunk on his shoulder.
Before you're able to rest your trunk on his shoulder, he casts greater invisibility on himself, just vanishing and trying to leave. And well,
Can I get a scent on him?
roll perception or investigation. Actually, do investigate.
That would be a 10.
A 10. You can, but it's not strong enough to be something you can follow.
As soon as he vanishes, I'm gonna quickly spread my hands out and just blast the area with fire as an AoE. You'll have to make a dexterity save.
What direction? Towards the house, or who all is engulfed in this AoE?
Yes, that'd be Kal-El, the salesman, not the dwarf, but Kal-El and the salesman, and because it's a big food count and all.
And what's the DC on that?
It's a DC 11 dexterity save.
I succeed.
For half damage.
Okay, so he does take half damage.
He still has to make a DC 10 con save to maintain concentration on his spell.
Good point. Okay, wow. They're rolling actually well today. He succeeds.
Okay. He takes 4 points of fire damage then.
4 points of fire damage. Okay, so just with he just gets and what attack was it specifically?
It's a racial burning hands, which is why the DC is a little low.
And doesn't burning hands light things on fire?
Yeah.
That aren't being worn or carried.
Yeah.
Got it, yeah.
And he was keeping it away from the house.
Yeah.
And the proper merchant.
The
dwarf.
Okay, sounds good. So, you notice for just a brief moment an area where the fire does not hit, just beyond the 15 feet of damage. But just between the 15 feet of your spell. So it spreads out, but there's this one area that just kind of doesn't quite make the whole.
Yeah, would that be an initiative? Or?
If you want it to be, yeah, let's make an initiative.
I mean, it seems like we calm there.
0.
Because it matters the order in which we act. 9. If he gets to move before I act again, then I'm not gonna be able to do much.
Okay.
I know where. Oh wait, he was a fire. Means he got singed. I can smell burning things.
Sure.
That's not my turn. I got 0 on initiative.
That's fine. That being said, you do. Yep. So his turn comes and goes, and it's your turn. You don't see anything that happens.
It's Daryl's turn, not mine.
Yeah, your turn.
Well, I would like to move to where he was and shoot off my 3 magic missiles.
Oh gosh, yeah. Because they will hit.
Because I don't know where he is. So I'm just sending him in 3 straight lines, 120 feet in front of me, like 5 feet apart. One directly in front of me, and one like 5 feet to the left of me, in a parallel to that, and one 5 feet to the right of me, parallel to that.
Okay, so kind of just in the general direction of
where I'm assuming he was running to.
Okay, as you fire them out, they fly out, all 3, and then they start heading in the direction of where he might find himself. Roll your damage for the 3.
Wait, all 3?
You wasn't too wide of an angle, was it?
I mean, I was like just 5 feet apart from each other.
Yeah, so they're Yeah,
Like
good. I think
I could
it'd
only
be
hit him
fine.
with one.
Say what?
I should only be able to hit him with one.
He was the target all 3 times, correct?
Yeah, but I can't properly target him if I can't see him.
Okay, let me look up. Let me
And
pause.
kind of randomly passes through the area that he's in.
Okay, so you fire all.
Shoot.
You fire all 3. Goes. And then one of them seems to. The other 3 just kind of like. And the third one just. You see it kind of like explode into the general direction of the.
Okay.
Just kind of explode. Just,
That one's a 5 points of force damage and a DC 10 Constitution save to keep concentration on his spell.
all right. That being said, as it hits him in the back, just he stumbles a bit forward, and you're able to start, and he reappears once again and just kind of stops and freezes in place. Still breathing, still moving, like not whole person frozen, but just like as if he's caught. Anything else you'd like to do?
Move towards him. How far away did he get?
He got 30 feet away.
Okay. I'd like to move up to him and use an action surge to try to grapple him.
Sure. Roll a grapple check. You grapple him.
You rolling that one?
He rolled a nat 1 minus 1.
Okay, good, because I rolled a nat 1 plus 5.
I'll give the nat 1 to you because you rolled higher. Yep.
The one thing she's sort of good at, as far as skills. Not.
Okay, so you're able to just grapple. You grab right behind him and hold onto his waist. Well, you're able to hold onto, grab onto his waist with your hands. His pack is fairly large behind him, and almost right in front of your face seems to be like a mask-like thing, just kind of staring back at you.
I can take a time and
Hell, get him!
Okay. How far away are they?
30 feet.
Do I have to spread the name? Good. Sacred Flame. So he has to make a dex save, and he's grappled.
Yep, disadvantage, I believe. Okay, what's the save on that?
16.
He actually somehow is able to maneuver himself out of the way of the sacred flame.
Nothing else happens.
Comes around to his turn then? You can always surrender. If he wants to not get shot.
You're only making yourself look guiltier. What do I have as a bonus action? I'm not going to use it.
Merchant's turn then.
All right.
How dare you?
Okay. Okay, sounds good. So, from... Oh, that works. Where he is at... Alright, he's going to briefly say a few words, and then he's just going to blink and show up 30 feet away in an unoccupied space as he misty steps. As he misty steps away from your grapple.
Okay.
And with that, he's going to continue to just run.
Okay. So it's when he's 60 feet away from me? And probably 90 feet away from Kel?
Yes.
Okay. Back to my turn?
And he's going to take his extra action, action, because Misty Step is a bonus, to dash and take another 30.
So he's 90 feet away from me, 120 feet from Khalil.
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, having Misty stepped, he's not denied his movement.
That's why he's moved 90 feet.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, bonus
30,
action.
30.
Yeah.
That's 90 feet.
Never mind. Yeah. You're all good. Oh, wait. I feel we have something.
Um. In that case.
All right. It's Davorka's turn.
Yep, I'm gonna. I'm gonna use my movement to start running towards them. As I do, I make my own little arcane gestures and cast Expeditious Retreat to dash as a bonus action. And then I dash as an action, and I run all the way up to where he is.
Oh, nice.
And as I do, I draw my sword to get ready for a possible opportunity attack on his turn.
Sure. Awesome. So you're traveling, you make it over, you just expeditious retreat and go woof. Just dash forward.
Little tiny wisps of flame coming off of my boots.
Nice. Awesome. That being said, Kal-El, you are now 120 feet away.
I move 30 feet closer and use Guiding Bolt.
Okay.
So
Fire your guiding bolt.
that would be a 27 to hit.
It might hit. I think that one hits. Yeah, go ahead.
The next attack on him will have advantage. And he takes 14 points of radiant damage.
14 points of radiant damage. Perfect. All right, so your guiding bolt just goes and
He's also kind of glowing.
he's also kind of glowing. It just strikes him in the side, just knocks him over, knocks him off one step to the left, and it's and he's now glowing, helping people be able to see him and hit him and stuff. Yeah. Anything else you would like to do, Kal-El?
Nope.
All right, perfect. Let's get. Oh, it's his turn now. Perfect. Are you guys in a line at the moment?
Uh,
What was that?
Are you guys in a line?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's going to maneuver his way so he can make sure you guys are in a line, and you are now 90 away, correct? Not 120?
yeah.
Okay. That being said, he's going to fire off a lightning bolt at the two of you after maneuvering his way into your direction to get both of you. So 100 line 100 feet long is going to make you guys both roll a dexterity saving throw.
I fail.
Yeah.
I got a 3.
I got an 8.
2, 3, 6,
I get advantage on my Constitution saves for
12.
maintaining concentration on an expedition retreat way.
It doesn't.
Oh wait, you're proficiency save. No, I mean, hang on.
All right, it's going to be 23 damage.
Hey! Which makes it a DC 11 to maintain concentration, and I rolled a 9 plus 3. Alright.
Hey,
I maintain an expeditious retreat with Warcaster.
you said 23, right?
23, yes.
Okay, I'm at 10.
Yeah, me too. Vorka seems to be quite a bit affected by this, considering her metal armor,
Okay.
It's actually like lightning rod.
but she's still up.
Okay. And then he's going to try and keep running away.
That would be an opportunity attack then?
With advantage.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, okay. That's 23 to hit.
A 23 to hit. That hurt. That does hit. Yes.
7 points of magic slashing.
Okay. Do you have Sentinel?
No.
Okay. So you're gonna slash him as he's going past, and the 7 damage you said.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. And he's going to just keep dashing as fast as he can.
Well, that's 30 feet, right?
Yeah.
Because he already used his action.
Yeah. That's. I mean, like. In a narrative sense, he's dashing, not in a mechanical sense. He's dashing. Yes.
Good.
Okay.
20 feet away.
Back in then?
Okay. That being said, it is now yes, Davoka.
Well, since he's only 30 feet away, I don't need to use my bonus action to dash. Instead, I'll use it to second wind. Oh my god. 7 points of healing. And then I'll use my movement to get up there and take a couple of attacks on him.
Okay.
Swinging my sword. So that's a 26 to hit and a 19 to hit.
Both definitely hit. Roll your damage for both of them.
First attack, 16 damage.
16 damage. Cool. With your all right, and how much is the second attack?
6.
Okay, your first attack cuts him in the back, and he just like immediately just falls forward. A nice huge gash, just ripping his pack off of him, and just launching it to the floor, and then slicing through his back. And then the second attack comes around and then slices him once again, making him fail his first 2 death saving throws. Or first death saving throw.
No, first 2.
First 2, yeah.
Because it's a melee attack and he's prone.
I won't be able to make it to him.
Okay, so he immediately just falls onto the ground, starting to bleed out.
How far away are they?
From you, I believe it's 120 again because he moved again.
That's the only range I got for you.
How are you going to get 6 feet closer?
Dash. So I use my movement and action to dash and say, "Grab him!" as I use healing word to heal the guy we just downed for 9 points of healing. Thanks.
He's on the ground, just like kind of laying, blood pouring out, and it starts coughing as he's starting to wake up. The wounds heal a little bit, just enough to keep them from having him bleed out, and just kind of scab over. And he just is now lying there, and pushes himself to his feet using half of his movement, and turning around and breathing heavily, examines his options. He's still within 5 feet of you, Davorka. So
I didn't want him dead. Besides, all to do with him.
Yeah, and all he has to do is let him go get a good guy.
Yeah.
Roll an intimidation check.
Me?
Both of you. Or one of you
Okay.
with advantage. Your pick.
I mean, I'm the one who just killed him, more or less.
Yeah, and the cleric's got basically power over his life, so...
That was
That would be a 20.
nat 20.
A nat 20.
Yeah.
Both of you have a 20 plus... Or one's a...
Oh, no. I got a 3.
Oh, he got a nat 20. Gotcha.
I'm just struggling to catch up. I'm like, no, kill him. And then I brought him back.
Okay. He takes a quick step back and just not 5 feet, just like a half step, and just stops and kind of just puts his hands up, seeing his bag on the ground. All right, fine. You got me.
I guess slowly I make it up and say, huh, I would prefer not to have you dead.
I'm gonna take out some rope and tie him up.
Okay, roll a survival for your rope tying.
Good and proficient, goddamn it, too. 16.
16, good. Not bad. So you tie him up without much of a problem. He's tied up. Now what?
You look through his pack there, Carol?
We're doing pretty rough.
There are tons of items in there, masks, all sorts of just magical things inside of his pack.
What do you get off on selling people cursed magic?
What was the question one more time?
How do you get off on selling people cursed magic?
How do I sell people cursed magic? Well, it's not too hard, really. People love their magic items.
So you did so to this Danielle, the snowflake.
Yes, I did.
Thank you. That's all I needed to know. And I walk behind him and club him with my mace.
You get advantage because he's restrained.
Yep.
And I deal just enough to knock him out.
Okay. So he's
And then start the dying on him.
all right. He's knocked out.
You wanted him alive so you could, only just so you could ask him something we already knew. He could have zapped us again.
Well, now he's unconscious.
You should be unconscious.
Almost there already. But I have some words of wisdom if you're willing to hear them.
Yeah, and they're acting wise.
Alright, over the next 10 minutes, actually first, I will cast a Beacon of Hope. And then I will cast Prayer of Healing.
Got it.
So we'll heal, 21.
How long is Beacon of Hope?
10 minutes.
Yeah.
That won't work. Concentration up to a minute. So, no. Yeah. So, 10 minutes later, both of us heal. $11.
Okay. Yeah, so put me in most of it.
Right. Okay. So, let's take him to the carriage.
Yeah, let's bring him back to whatever. Bring him back to Daniela first, I guess.
Yes.
He'll probably know what to do with it.
Or should we take him to the local law?
Yes. I think that Daniela should be one who gets to decide what happens to him. She's the one who got hurt.
This bag of magical items, let's take it with us so that no one else gets hurt.
Definitely. We gotta.
Use
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Can't just leave it lying around.
So we ride the carriage back to Danielle.
Okay. On your way back, you also pass by some more.
Oh, before we leave, I'd say thank you to the dwarf guy for his help.
Oh yes, of course. I'm glad to help.
Okay, continue.
All right. On your way there, you're able to see more of these people that are just kind of going.
One of these wizard people.
More people like the handyman or the electric man that seem to be leaving her house. Let's on the road or on the way back.
They won't be able to see our captive. We are in the carriage.
That's fine. They're just
And the curtain is drawn.
There's quite a few of these people. Maybe we ought to give it up to the local authorities to handle. I don't know if we can fight all those guys. But we got enough proof that those local authorities should be able to believe us.
Yes.
yeah. So if you're just gonna leave them be, you continue on. You make it to the house, and it seems that almost the entirety of the top floor has been blasted out. There are animals everywhere in this cul-de-sac, including a donkey.
That really is,
Yeah. Well, I think I saw this coming.
What? Wait. She took the, she took the someone outside.
Oh, you're right. She did. So it's mostly just damage around the area. Sorry. Good catch.
The top part of her house wouldn't be broken out or anything.
You're correct. That is my mistake.
So, what is the status of her garden?
Her garden is decimated. It's being eaten alive by deer, a donkey, various other woodland creatures.
What about the neighbors?
Oh, they're everywhere. The animals are eating all the gardens.
Well, it looks like the only good thing out of this is they're able to leave up anew.
Such a shame, though.
Yes, I
So much
agree.
damage this one guy could do with a little bit of magic.
Yes. I will gag him now.
Sometimes wonder whether it's worth it, but
That way, if there's any other surprises like this in his bag, he doesn't say a word that makes his bag an asset.
yeah, that's a good idea.
So, while he's unconscious,
Hello?
hello,
I heard while he's unconscious, and it cut out.
I gag him.
Cool. He is gagged.
Gagged, tied, can't perform somatic or verbal or material components. Should be helpless.
Should be, yes.
Should be, unless he's a sorcerer.
Yeah, but you can only get one of the two.
What sorcerer would not have subtle spell? It's the best reason to be a sorcerer.
He can only negate verbal or somatic.
Cool. Regardless, we don't know he's a sorcerer.
Yeah.
Could be wizard.
Anyways. So,
We head over to Daniela.
She is just kind of crying in front of her garden at the moment, just watching the deer eat them away, as a donkey just kind of walks up to her and just kind of starts, and just sits, actually, next to her. Puts a hoof on her back, comfortingly.
Okay. Excuse me, ma'am. We found the guy that did this. Thought you might want to come with us to bring him to justice.
She is still crying hysterically, The donkey turns to you and looks and just, yeah, she'll want to take them with her.
Wait, the donkey says that?
Yeah.
Were you a person?
Nope. I'm her spirit animal.
Alrighty then.
Oh, it's strange things to do. Oh well.
I guide her into the carriage and ask the neighbor where the local authorities are.
What? Which neighbor? Frankie?
Frankie.
Okay.
Frankie, upset, offers to take you there.
Yes.
Sure, come on. Use. Couldn't hurt to have another set of ears, eyes. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we head to the authorities.
You head to the authorities. The authorities take the man, just kind of discussing amongst themselves a little bit on, finally, we've got this guy. He's been causing trouble in and out of various towns.
We also confiscated this bag. Make sure he doesn't say any words, otherwise he could activate an effect.
Yes, good, thank you. We have been looking for this guy, and thank you for the items. Please, let us recompense you with a little bit of a reward, you could say. Have 1,000 gold each, please.
That's.
Thank you for your generosity.
Of course, of course.
No. No. This lady has lost like her whole house and her whole neighborhood. She does not need.
Oh, ma'am, we do have something for you. That is good news. I pull out a check, and it has 100 gold written on it.
From the dwarf guy, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and she
After hearing about your plight, he offered a hand of generosity.
she accepts it gratefully. By the way, it was the cops offering you the money, not the lady.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
No.
We're not expecting anything from the lady. She's lost enough.
Mm-hmm. She accepts the check gratefully and just kind of stands there in shock still, as with what had happened.
Keep an eye out though. I think he's still got a few accomplices out there.
Yes, his hair color. I believe they are common. The workers, they have the same hair.
We'll keep an eye out, thank you.
Yeah.
We'll send somebody in that direction right now, actually. They get out one of their police carriages, put the little light thing on top, and get their horses on the way and just light the horn and head out in the direction of the lady's house.
Yes.
And that's basically where we can end it for today.
Then we ride in the sunset.
And right into the sunset. Good. I'm going to